The advice your parents gave you about car buying? It's costing people thousands in 2026. My friend Maya just learned this the hard way. She walked into a dealership ready to buy used, the smart choice, right? 20 minutes later, she drove out in a brand new car. And she made the right call. Here's what's actually happening in the car market right now. Maya had been saving for 2 years. She wanted a 3-year-old SUV, good condition, reasonable mileage. Avoid the big loan, skip the depreciation hit. That was the plan. Then she saw the numbers. The used SUV, $34,000. The brand new version, $37,000. $3,000 to get a car that's 3 years newer, with 0 miles, a full 6-year warranty, and a 2% lower interest rate. The used one? No warranty left, and the bank wanted 7.5% because it wasn't new. She told me later. I sat there doing the math in my head. I'm not actually saving money. I'm just buying someone else's old car for almost the same price. That moment, that's the 2026 car market in one decision. Here's what changed. Between 2020 and 2023, millions of cars were never built. Supply chains collapsed. Factories shut down. And now, years later, we're still feeling it. Clean, low-mileage used cars are scarce. And scarcity keeps prices high. Most used cars in that 1 to 4-year-old range are priced only 8 to 12% below new. So when you add higher interest rates and no warranty, buying used doesn't protect you anymore. It just gives you more risk for barely any savings. Maya bought new, and financially, she's better off. The EV exception, but here's where it gets interesting. Not every vehicle follows this pattern. My coworker Daniel wanted an electric car. When he looked at prices, he found the opposite problem. A 2-year-old EV had dropped 40% in value. New ones were advancing so fast that older models were falling off a cliff. For him, buying used made perfect sense. And if he ever wanted the latest EV, leasing would protect him from that brutal depreciation curve. Same year, same market, completely opposite strategy, because the category of vehicle changes everything. Budget buyers. Now, if you're shopping under $10,000, none of this applies to you. Older used cars, 8, 10, 12 years old, still offer real value. Repairs are predictable, costs are manageable, and there's no comparison to anything new at that price point. The old rules still work here. So here's the framework that actually works in 2026. Before you choose new or used, ask one question. Is the used version meaningfully cheaper, enough to justify the age, the higher interest rate, and the missing warranty? If yes, buy used. If no, buy new. And if you're looking at EVs, the biggest savings are either buying used or leasing new. It's not about following old advice. It's about making the decision that protects your financial comfort for the next 5 years. Maya bought new. Daniel bought used. Budget buyers go older. 3 totally different choices, all correct. Because the smartest move isn't about new versus used anymore. It's about knowing which choice gives you clarity, stability, and room to breathe. Before your next car purchase, run the real numbers. I've linked a cost comparison calculator in the description. It includes interest, warranty, and depreciation so you can see the total picture. And tell me in the comments, are you team new or team used in 2026? I'm curious what you're seeing at dealerships right now. See you next week.